down the road.
Yeah.
Right? Unless we quit the business altogether. You never know. We could just try to revive disco.
Yeah.
Staying alive. Staying alive. Okay.
Oh, that's a meme now.
Yeah, whatever.
Staying alive thing.
So we might be able to make it on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wheeler and Dealer do Staying Alive.
Yeah.
The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler.
Good evening or good morning, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. This is Dealer with the Crazy Picker Life, and tonight I have with me Mr. Wheeler.
Yes.
Hi, Mr.
I am
Wheeler.
Mr. Wheeler.
What's going on, man?
Not much. Just listening like crazy today. I'm already at like 55 items.
55 items?
Yep.
Nobody asked that. How does Wheeler list so much?
Well, you said, what am I doing? That's what I'm doing today.
Yeah, is that why nobody sees you on the vlog anymore? All you do is list?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just like I'm a robot now. That's my job.
Well, if you didn't figure it out, this show is sort of a special show. This is not my normal daily vlog and my walk through the Crazy Picker Life. This is a question and answer show.
Question and answer extraordinaire.
So we have announced that we're going to have a question and answer show, and we asked people in the audience. We asked the fellow pickers, you guys out there, and would-be adventurers. Yeah, we're sitting in this room.
Yep.
We asked all the adventurers out there what questions you have that we might be able to answer in our special Wheeler and Dealer way.
Yep.
So the submissions were many. And so I printed a bunch of them, and we're going to get going with those in just a minute. Anything else going on that you want to chat about?
No. Pretty good.
Okay. Both of us are in good health and not too tired. And let's see, today's Saturday. Tomorrow we have off from work.
Yep.
Gonna have a
family fun day.
Family fun day of sorts. Next week is a short 4-day week, and then we're off picking.
Yep.
That'll be fun.
It will.
We'll probably talk, or I'll probably talk about that some more next week. Okay, well, without further ado, let's get into the questions. There's plenty of them. Some are short, some are long. Some are going to have long answers, and some are going to have longer answers.
Well, there you go. Yeah, set the precedent right there. Some are going to have the longer answers, and some are going to have the longest answers.
Nobody has ever accused me of talking too little.
No.
Now, I have been accused though of talking over people. So, Wheeler, you got that light or whatever, the hammer, whatever you need. If I talk over you, or if I talk too long, hit me with the fly swatter.
I'll do it. Yeah. I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm just talking over you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna
start on that.
We're not gonna do that. We had a comedy routine. Brainstormed a little bit where we were going to
cut people off,
talk over each other, and cut each other off.
That's what we're gonna do.
But we're done.
No,
we're done with that now. We're done with that now. We're done. We're done. Yeah, done with that now. Okay, done with that.
Off to a good start.
Yeah. Edit. Let's tell your mom that I'm gonna edit things, and then I usually don't.
Yep.
That's always good for a good family laugh.
Well, it makes good TV, right?
TV.
Good
TV.
Good video. I don't know what you call this.
What is this? ABC, CPS?
YouTubious?
Yeah.
You call this?
We gotta be careful now. We might get censored.
Whoa, might get what do you call it? Taken down by the TV.
Whoa.
Copyright strike.
Okay, so these questions are in no particular order. In fact, they are in a particular order. I started with the most recent and went back as far as I could until everything started to sound super old.
Yep.
Okay. All right. First question. This isn't really a question, but it needs to be addressed. Sounds like beer plays an important role in your life. And I think they're talking about me.
No, I don't know. Yeah, probably. I like root beer.
Root beer, yeah. Wheeler, it sounds like root beer plays an important part in your life.
Yeah.
We actually have Virgil's cream soda. That's
pretty good.
Pretty good, too. So, I want to talk about that for a minute. Faith, for me, I'm just going to put a percentage on things, okay? Here are the three important things, and then Wheeler here said he thought of some other ones he wants to make sure that they shouldn't be on my list.
Yeah.
So the first one is faith. I'm going to put that at 51%, my faith and my family's faith. Family, that's a close second at 48.9%.
Yeah.
So what's 51 plus 48.9?
It's like 99.9.
Hey!
Got the math tonight, man.
This homeschool is paying off.
Really, yeah.
99.9. So in third place, beer, 0.1%.
Yeah.
But in third place, so...
No, yeah. I don't know. I think there should be another thing on that list. You know, like, I don't know. What about hobbies?
Well, hobbies can be beer. I mean, this is
your hobby.
Batterbrow Lawnmower Lager.
Lager?
Lager, tomato, whatever, man.
Tomato.
I don't have to say anything anyway.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah.
So, this is one of my International Beer Club beers. It's from Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Whoa.
And we've driven by there. We haven't been into Stevens Point to pick. I think I went to a football game there once. I went to UW Platteville, and I think I made the trek up there somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see what this is like.
It tastes like lawn clippings. That's what I expect when I hear lawnmower. It's just like they mowed their lawn and then just stuck it all in the beer. Stuck it in the malt.
Wow. Okay, do I have to run a lap after this?
Yeah. This is the second beer mile. We're getting going. Smells almost citrusy.
Yeah. Here, have a little. Oh wait, how old are you?
Whoa. No, it smells almost citrusy, but then.
Okay, so is there anything else that you can think of that should come before beer for third place? Faith, family, beer.
Business?
Who
needs that?
Let's just pass on that. I mean, if you've got beer, that's your business.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
I don't know, your camera? Your daily vlog?
Nah.
Not important?
Nah.
Nobody cares about that.
Well, I thought you were going to ask me, like, food.
Well, yeah.
Beer's food.
Yeah.
Bread. Transportation. You don't need to, you're not, okay.
Once you have beer, you don't need to go anywhere.
Well, no, but you're not supposed to go anywhere once you have beer.
Yeah, that's it.
Unless somebody can drive you.
Yeah.
How about water?
Beer.
It's in there.
Yeah.
How about air? You got to breathe. Now, if you'd watched the beer mile, I didn't need to breathe, really.
No,
it's in there.
Yeah. Fire extinguisher?
Well, shake it up.
Exactly.
I mean, what more do you need?
Yeah.
What comes? Shelter?
Who needs that?
Well, you can drink outside.
Yeah. You got it. You got it set, man.
Right. So, faith, family, beer. So this question sounds like beer plays an important role in your life. It's only 0.1%.
Yeah.
Right?
More important than a lot more other things are like 0.0000. They're rounded off the scale, actually.
Faith is way more important. Family's way more important. Beer, 0.1%.
Yeah.
So we got that straight, right? Okay. We're not going to take a pause. There's no editing. This is real and live.
Live TV, but not actually, because we're not quite live.
By the way, that's my first beer today.
We're going to take 10 years to upload this.
It's my first. Well, that's a whole nother issue. Our stupid computer.
It's like the farthest thing.
I pay for one what upload? What's it? One megaflop? What is it called these days?
I don't know. Megabyte?
Megabyte? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
We got supposedly 10 down and one up.
Realize how weird this looks.
Hey, this is question and answer. Get back in the gear here. 10 up. No, 10 down, one up.
Yep.
I pay for 10 down and 1 up. You know what? The 1 up comes in a lot.
0.0.
No, like 0.2.
Yeah. Pretty much.
0.22.
Yeah.
So how am I supposed to upload a YouTube video on 0.22? I need like 100 down and 100 up, and then divide that by 5. I'd still have 20 down and 20 up. You can't work on that.
Nope.
All right, we're way off script.
Yeah, now we're just going.
But where the heck were you going?
I don't know. I just realized I can just do this really weird thing, like where I just kind of like float in and out.
Somebody asked, this didn't make the questions, but somebody commented that they wish they had other people around to do the business with and talk with. And I said, I would like to have a few adults around.
Yeah. An adult next year, like 6 months.
Yeah. Woo! You see what I'm dealing with here? This kind of stuff.
I can bring sorrows for I want to be.
It's serious. I don't know. I think that was it. Okay, dealer, got a question for your question and answer. Does the beer make you go back in time? The answer is yes.
Absolutely. Some
of your recent vlogs are dated August instead of September. Well, you know, it's funny. I watch Casey Neistat.
Yep.
And for a while, when Casey started to daily vlog, he would catch himself making a few errors in his dates and days and things like that, and he would bring it up.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that anymore, so I think he's hired it out.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
But,
that works.
So I'm gonna have to hire that out. I cannot blame that on beer. That's just dealer typing.
Well, my watch doesn't have a month aperture, so that'd be my excuse if I were you. But yours does, I think.
I can't even fix it, I guess, because it's in the video, and my videos take forever to render and
annotation
forever.
For it.
It's not worth it. So thank you for catching that. You're the only one.
People are gonna look back when you're like super famous, and they're gonna be like, "Whoa, he shot 2 a day, and then he like uploaded them a month apart."
Well, some people are really careful like that, and then there's dealer.
Yeah, and then you'll see when my vlog comes out, man, it's gonna be like a few years off and just like spinning sideways. It's gonna be fun.
This is gonna be a long question to answer, isn't it?
Yeah, we should probably speed it along.
So, most of you out there probably are watching this while you list items. That's what I hear the most. Dealer, wheeler, I love your vlogs. Love to list, pack, eat breakfast.
Yep.
So this is gonna be a long one. Get ready to pack items, get ready to list items.
It's time for the 24-hour listathon.
24-hour listathon starts now. Woo-hoo. Okay, I hope you don't mind. I can read these in funny ways.
I hope you don't mind.
Okay. No, not quite like that, but I mean different emphasis.
Oh, okay, well there you go.
I hope you don't mind. But here's another question for your Q&A. What % of your overall eBay sales are from the camera side of the business? How would you like to see your non-camera side of the business? And then in parentheses it says Northwest Kansas, like that's the only non-camera business.
It. Yeah.
Grow in the months and years ahead. Okay, so what have we answered in the past, and what would you say, Wheeler, is the camera side of our business, dollar-wise sales?
Really have no idea. You're the guy who knows that kind of stuff off the top of his head.
Let me give you 3 possibilities.
Yep.
5%, 50%, 80%.
Say 50%, but it might be 80.
50% is a good estimate.
Yeah.
I initially wrote down 50 to 60%, and then something reminded me. You had brought up our last 24 months sales on Planning Guy, and for our last 24 months, sales have averaged just over 10,000.
Yeah.
A month sales. We've had some months that have been really high, and last summer we had some that really dipped for whatever reason. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Can hear a cricket. Anyway, it's about half. We average about $20,000 in sales per month, and I have Northwest Kansas. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's great, but you're not banana peeler.
Well, I'm trying to be, man. He's not here. I gotta.
So I will pause and you can just talk.
I wasn't gonna say anything on that. I thought you had it all.
Yeah. Northwest Kansas is probably 30%. And then Amazon, which can be various things, and test strip sales would be the other 20%. Now, it varies month per month. We can have a really good camera month. We've had close to a $30,000 sales month, and cameras that month I think were 16 or 17,000.
Yeah.
That was a really big, crazy month. That was last year sometime.
Yeah.
And then we've had some other slower months. Sometimes it's because we take vacations. Sometimes it's just how the picking and the listing line up. Really don't know.
Yeah.
Really don't know. Lately it's been very steady, very busy. The sales, sometimes it shows what part of the cycle of business we're in. Right now, we're so busy up to here most of the time, and you can vary. I say, hey Wheeler, let's get it going, and sometimes I'm like, hey Wheeler, don't work so hard, right? I do both.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. No, most of the time I don't work very hard, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, I better start working. I think that's more what it is.
I'm concerned.
I never feel like
I'm concerned if you put in too many hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not usually all work. And I'm concerned when we got a table full of stuff that we got to move it.
Yep.
So I'm with you both ways. But my point is, I'm up to here most of the time. I actually, and it's dumb, but sometimes when orders come in, I'm like, stop coming in, orders. I get to that point. And so this cycle of our business, we need to figure out how to work smarter, not harder, and or expand. I need another person.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get your mom on board. She's not ready. I don't know exactly what.
Sick BP?
Yeah, well, BP is 12, and he's got to concentrate on some other things like being a kid.
Yeah.
You started a little bit earlier and a little bit harder. You were into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
You got like a thing where you want to be funky.
That's a pizza coma. This is just my after pizza jam, man.
All right, I'm gonna put up with it, but I don't.
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
Okay. I'll answer questions if there's anything. I'm just sitting around otherwise.
How would you like to see your non-camera side of your business grow in the months and years ahead? What I would really like to do is just pick personally.
Yep.
I don't mind listing. In fact, sometimes it's good. I wouldn't mind making the big decisions in the business and just picking. But I do see the benefit in doing all types of the business. Packing keeps me kind of humble. Listing gives me some time to catch up on my video watching and things like that. I don't know. I don't classify myself as like hyperactive or short attention span or anything. But I do have some of that. So it's good that I have all these varied things. But I would like to just pick, and I've thought about, okay, how could I make this business sell? Where I've got listers, I've got a manager or two of listers, I've got a packer or two, I've got somebody that's an office manager that handles email flow and paperwork and blah, 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 blah. And then I just go out and pick and come back and kick butt and go out and pick and come back and kick butt. Maybe you would come with me to pick since you're the camera guy, but you might also need to be in the office to oversee the camera people. I have visions of this sometimes, but then I worked in a family business and I was the guy who managed much of the 13 employees that we had.
Yeah.
And I remember the upsides and I remember the downsides. And just like running, let's say, like a retail store, you gotta be there to be open. Having employees is a little like that. There's a baggage that goes with that. Hiring, firing, all the drama, the problems, the different personalities. Been there, done that, don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, I don't think hiring the Green Bay Packers as Packers would actually go over that well.
Your mom would probably join us then. If that's what it takes, I got to hire Brett Favre. He's retired.
Well, yeah, he's probably free
Of
now.
course, he was a Minnesota Viking, and then he did something weird with his phone, and then he's coaching or part-time coaching. He's probably still pretty busy.
Yeah. Well, now he's retired though. He's free, right? That's like a free hourly rate. So that equals.
He might do some charity work.
Yeah.
Well, some of these YouTube people pull in what do you call that? Interns.
Yeah. Can do that.
I think I'm gonna have my hands full just with my family and kids coming up through. I'm kind of, this is gonna be strange, and you might already guess it, but in reality, love my wife, love my 6 kids, have some friends, have some contacts, have some people. Dealer is a lone wolf when it comes right down to it.
Yep.
So I like all this stuff, but I have to make a big effort to be in it. That's just, I wouldn't do it any other way, but I still feel I operate best alone. And no disrespect to Wheeler, no disrespect anything else. I'm just admitting it, okay? I think I fake everybody out pretty well. I still love my family. Love you, Wheeler, and all that. Don't feel disappointed. Your dad's just that I'm an odd duck. I really am. Okay. Edit. Are you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Personally, I would buy the building, especially if you're able to get a good interest rate from your bank. Then why to pay the landlord in any case you have excess money? And then a follow-up question on that. Do you get yourself, after all the expenses, $100,000 plus USD / which means per year, question mark. Okay, so where to start? Well, it's not looking like this building's going to work out for us. Initially, the owners of the building had talked to me, and it looked like they were going to be able to finance me, and it looked like it was going to be a low money down deal, maybe a no money down deal.
Yep.
Somewhere between low and no. And that is attractive for me because my cash is so much better suited either in my hands or in my inventory.
Yeah.
If I would want to buy this building, from a bank, in other words, get a commercial loan, that commercial loan would take 30% down.
Yeah.
So let's just say the building is $200,000. Okay? That's $60,000.
Yep.
Out of my pocket, down on the building, 15, 20-year loan, whatever. And then at that point, obviously you got to have some money set aside for repairs. There's insurance, there's taxes. That is a big chunk of change.
Yeah.
Imagine what kind of inventory we could buy with $60,000.
I don't know. 10 times or less trip, I guess.
Yeah. So I have found other buildings out here where people will practically do a no money down deal. Or low money down.
Yeah.
And that's more attractive. So that's one issue with this building. It's probably a big enough issue where I'll walk away. The other issue with this building that I don't like is it's on a busy highway, and the taxes in town here are much higher by double or triple than other places that I've seen.
Yeah.
Because of the valuation of this building being that it's right on the highway.
Yep.
This building is too attractive to too many people. There are other buildings that basically... So where was I?
Don't remember. Exactly.
All right, so the camera just stopped us. It stops every 24 minutes. So anyway, this building is too popular. Other buildings are like dead buildings where nobody really wants them. They're still good buildings. They have no access to highways. They have no retail significance. They have nobody wanting them. The taxes on those around here are next to nothing. I need one of those buildings.
Yeah.
So could I come up with that money and bootstrap this building and all that kind of stuff? Sure, I could. Do I make $100,000 or more per year? That's kind of a personal question. We do very, very well, but really, I still hear that outside. They've got some parade or something.
Yeah, something going on there.
In the last 4 years, I've come from a situation of pretty heavy in debt to almost debt-free in my personal life. Besides my house, we have a small mortgage. And I tend to finance things like vehicles because the interest rate is so low, and do payments on those. Sort of a rich dad, poor dad thing.
Friends of horns going off.
Yeah, we've got this Special Olympics, I can't think of the name of it, convoy that goes through town, and I think it's going to go past here. They have lots of construction out there too. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, came from a point of debt. Paid off almost everything. The inventory we have is substantial, and that is nearly 100% paid for. Wheeler gets paid pretty well. I take home pretty good money. The shift that has happened though in the last 4 years, a lot of my money has went towards paying off debt and towards building inventory. And then, we get all kinds of deductions. It's funny how it's all calculated, but we do okay.
Yeah.
Now, my salary has probably in the last 4 years close to doubled every year. I can't keep that going forever, but if you start out with a certain reasonably small salary and double that, and then double that again and double that again, it does do pretty well. So I can attest to this is the most money I've made in my entire life. Per year, 2016, 2017 looks like it'll be again more than that. So I'm not going to give exact numbers.
Of course, with 6 kids, it goes away pretty quick too.
Well,
for expenses, and the like, man.
Yeah, my expenses are high, but that's not really the question.
No, I would say.
I have motivation.
Yeah, I'm saying it's the most you're ever making, but the expenses might be higher.
Expenses still go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do okay.
Yep.
Would you ever consider doing a live Google Hangout for the question and answer session? It's worth a try. No, I don't really want to do a live Google Hangout, and we talked briefly before the show. Why would we not want to? I like this format.
Yeah.
There's some things that I can see are valuable with the live Google Hangout, and then there's some downsides. I don't like to be in a certain time frame always.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Because if I have to schedule something and something comes up, I'm stuck with that. I'm real flexible scheduling right now.
Mm-hmm.
None of these are like deal killers. I don't like it when bazillion questions come in at once. I can't keep up with them. I don't like the goofy crap that comes through on those shows.
Yeah.
It's all that extra chatter in there. If you've ever watched some of these big vloggers go, they just obviously some of the people that are leaving comments are drinking more than 3 beers, Yeah. I mean, every lady that comes on gets raped in the comments, basically.
Yeah.
And every guy that comes on, no matter what, is tried to make a buffoon. And so that's not a deal killer. But that format is valuable. We're also not that set up to do it that well. We could
really aren't.
Our streaming and internet is not.
This camera I'd have to check, but I think this camera would change that, but still it's not.
Yeah.
As far as the camera goes, we're not that great at that either. But anyway, along with the comments thing you're commenting on, man, these big YouTubers, the only way they can never do a live question and answer live is just impossible with how many like zip by and all that. They have to play games and stuff while live streaming and whatever. That's the only they can do that. There's no live question answered.
So I mean, we have considered it. We have done some shows with some other hosts, and those have been fun. Would we consider doing it at this point? No.
Yep.
Okay, so dealer, what are your favorite channels on reselling, and why do you like them the best? Well, it's funny because I really don't watch other reselling channels much anymore. I live it.
Yeah.
I live it. I live it 6 days a week.
Yep.
I've lived it 6 days a week for, on and off, mostly for 5 years.
Yep.
It's not that I don't need it. Now, I go in streaks.
Yeah.
I will go in streaks, and I will just go on a streak of catching up with everybody I've ever watched. And I might do that for a week or two, and then I'm away from resellers for a while. It's no disrespect. I like watching all those channels to some degree, but some of it's redundant. Some of it's kind of boring. Some of it is like, it just. I don't know.
Yeah, we buy enough already, I guess, where we don't really need.
I live it. That's all I can say. So
yeah,
who do I watch? I put down 2 that I really like to watch, and I'll give the reasons why. Yeah. There are many others for many other reasons. Let me just say that. I'm not going to leave anybody out. I like all the big names out there. I don't have to name them. I like some of the other ones. I like many of your channels that are watching. When somebody joins up and they have a channel, chances are I've watched one or more of your videos just to see who's watching me.
Yeah.
But I don't have a regular list. Terminal 99, and here's why. Will at Terminal 99 finds many things that I never find.
Yeah.
Being on the East Coast, I don't know what it is. He buys large items, expensive items. At least he probably doesn't pay that much, but he does well with those. I've never even talked to him. He probably doesn't even know who the heck I am, but he buys and shows some things that I never run into.
Yeah.
Or rarely run into, and I find that interesting.
Yep.
I watch the American Pickers too, but
yeah,
not on YouTube. Scavenger Life, again, they have no idea who I am. Scavenger Life is a husband-wife couple, and their dialogue and the way they present everything, I just enjoy listening to them. Sometimes when I'm in for a long listing session, I'll put them on for an hour.
Yeah.
Do you know either of those?
Yeah, I've heard of both of them. I haven't watched other stuff. Because I used to watch a lot more picker channels, obviously, than I do now, and I actually just recently started watching a couple again, and those mainly, the first one is this random kid I found on the internet. His name is Banana Peeler. Have you heard of it?
You ever heard of the Banana Peeler show?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's his deal, but he's pretty funny.
He is pretty funny.
Yep, and then I guess another one that I've been watching a couple of his videos from time to time is Craigslist Hunter.
Well, yeah, and
he has some interesting
and
stuff.
Again, there are so many out there that are worthy of watching.
Yep.
And if you would have asked me this question 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, I watched many more.
Yeah, I forget a lot of them.
And so maybe you can concur with me, Wheeler. Yeah. At some point in this business, we were not really wanting to grow or get better at picking. At one point, we turned a corner and we were the pickers.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't say that to brag or pat myself on the back or anything like that, but that just goes along with we live it.
Yeah.
I used to have to look things up with my phone more. I can go out without my phone, and 75% of my hunches are good.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just get that feeling.
Yep.
Still make mistakes. I even make mistakes with the phone.
Yeah.
But I rarely lose money.
Make mistakes on camera sometimes, but really.
Yeah, and if I do, I just tack it up to learning. I could care less.
Yep.
There's no mistake that's going to take me down. I'm not going to say, "Oh my goodness, it's the rare Van Gogh. I will take that for $25,000, and then I get home and it's worth $2,000."
Yeah.
I don't do that. No. I don't do that on the best day.
If you are like, "Oh wait, the replica I paid $1,000, $15,000 for it."
Well, I have stepped out and paid a few hundred for things.
Yeah.
and you know, felt a little bit towards the uncomfortable zone. And when I get home, I'm a little tense, like, oh, what's that gonna be worth, you know? Like those
$1.
2 years ago, I bought these cannonballs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, are those things real or not? They were $90, I think, for both of them, weren't they?
Yeah.
Are they real or they're not real? I got home, I did a couple hours of research, still couldn't tell 100%, but I was pretty sure they were real. They sold for $400, $500, $600.
Yeah. Yep.
And the guy was thrilled when he got them.
What a shipping job there.
Well, yeah, they were like 78 pounds each.
Yeah.
But, so, I don't really want to offend anybody on this question, but
Yeah.
I got to look for other things. When I watch stuff, it's mostly mind numbing entertainment.
Yeah, that's it.
to just kind of get through the listing,
Yeah.
and I watch really what I would call high quality fun. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, under the entertainment sector, there's more entertaining stuff to watch than picking stuff for the most part, which, again, don't want to offend anybody, but that's my...
But see,
I have other hobbies that I...
Right, so at one point, we wanted to be the pickers. Whatever that was in our mind. We needed to reach this, and watching all those videos helped us get there.
Yeah.
Which is why, if you're still watching videos, you shouldn't stop. You should keep watching if you feel like you need to watch. But if you ever live it, hit it, bam, it's a little like living it and then watching it again. It's just, it doesn't...
It's like watching a daily vlog of your own life.
Well,
it's like watching the Crazy Picker Live.
And I watch mine once in a while just to make sure I don't have boogers hanging out of my nose and everything else.
It's got like this big...
So whatever, you know, Mike and Frank have like 6 makeup artists following them around, sniffing their hair. And so I watch one of my favorite channels lately is Adam the Woo.
Yeah.
This guy travels and he just has an eye. He's a little younger than me, but he still has that 80s, 90s vibe when he looks at stuff.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching Adam the Woo, his second daily vlog channel, mostly. I'm not in love with Casey Neistat, but I do like to watch him. His stuff is entertaining. Some of his personal viewpoints clash with mine. I think he and I would have a good 15-minute discussion, and then we probably wouldn't want to sit with each other anymore.
Yeah.
Because he's pretty fast-paced, and I'm pretty no-nonsense. So we would have our 15 minutes together, and that'd be it. But I still like watching his vlogs. Nothing really against him. I like to listen to and watch, and I have a subscription to Alex Jones at InfoWars. I can only take so much of it because I actually get a little depressed.
Yeah, he's got a pretty powerful voice, you know, he just like projects his opinion out there. It's pretty crazy.
I don't want to get off on a tangent, but he's got a lot of good things to say, and if you haven't ever tuned into him, you might want to.
Yep.
Netflix, I'm a member of that. I watch some series on there. Not as many anymore. I've actually been watching more YouTube since I started daily vlogging.
Yeah.
Just to kind of watch how other people do daily vlogs and things like that. I go off on tangents on YouTube where I will watch stupid stuff. One day I'll watch pranks. One day I'll watch, I just, however you feel, it's out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazon Prime, I've got the video thing there. There's some good stuff that shows up on there. That's all that I listed. What else?
Well, I'm just going to mention a couple of mine that I watch, which go a whole different variety of topics, just a couple of main ones. Watch like scooter, skateboard, and BMX channels, which I'll name like Tanner Fox, Adam LZ, and what's skateboard? Revive Skateboards? No, Braille Skateboarding. That's one of them. And then, let's see, watches. I watch like the Urban Gentry and, let's see, one other guy. But anyway, yeah, just a few and a lot of random stuff.
So your hobbies?
Yeah, pretty much.
I watch old Schlitz beer commercials.
Yeah.
But I watched a 20-minute video of them, and after 20 minutes, I was like... So I just need like...
There's some stuff that you can only think
I need one like every couple of days max. I don't need a 20-minute
You drink 20 beers. It's not quite as good as sampling a couple.
I'm gonna when I was younger, I came out of college, I was in the job world for a while, and I revived my running career. in my late 20s, like 26, 27, 28. And I actually ran 10Ks, 10 mile, 15 miles, a couple marathons, half marathons, a couple triathlons, right? And at that time, there was no YouTube.
No.
Because I'm old. But I did rent VHSs. I did read books on running. I was aspiring to be a runner.
Yep.
And it pushed me into different training regimens. It pushed me into, looking at my form for running and a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
I experimented with a whole bunch of different things. By 31, 32, my running was much less. I had 2-3 kids, a business, family business that was going gangbusters. And so my running was still there, but I was not pushing like to become a great runner. I already had some experience. Now, fast forward 20 years later, give or take, from 27.
Yeah.
It's a lot like picking. I don't need to get on YouTube and watch runners and that kind of thing. I am a runner. It's in me.
That's it.
It doesn't even make sense for me really to improve anymore, partially because I'm old and I'm a little on the decline. But it's not that I couldn't learn more. It's just that I'm full.
Yep.
And it's the same way with the picking videos.
Yeah.
So maybe that makes sense. All right, we got to move, man.
Man, yeah, we're on third question?
It's all right. You guys can take this thing.
Almost an hour in.
Take this thing in bites. There are some good questions coming up, though, so you can come back if you got to go away, I guess. This is going to be a long show.
Yeah.
Okay. Question, if you were working a full-time job and had limited time but really wanted to grow your eBay biz to the point of replacing said job step by step, what would you do and in what order to obtain this as quickly as possible? P.S. Really imagine yourself starting over. Ah!
That sounds pretty rough.
Yeah, no kidding, because I had
more for you. Yeah.
I had some ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
How would you get to at least $1,000 a week net profit? It's almost as if I have to shut the entire world off to do it, but I'm trying and having problems growing. Oh, I can't say that or I'll give away who it is.
Yeah. Anonymous.
Quick point. Many people say just do it, but I feel like it would be irresponsible of me until I see comparable numbers. Thanks again. Okay, so Mr. Sadie 123. did I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, first off, I can't answer your question step by step, but I took some notes. I'm going to blurb out a bunch of stuff. You're going to want to copy this down, digest it, think about it, put it in with everything else you've been thinking about. Make some sense of it yourself. That's what you're going to have to do. And secondly, for 2016, I'm making this offer to Mr. Sadie 123. Never met you. You've been around a long time. We've communicated. You've asked us to come out picking.
Yeah.
Come on into our office, okay? Schedule it with me. Come for a Friday, Saturday. Hang out with us for a couple days. We'll talk about your plan that you're going to develop. Take us out to supper, pick our brains, see what we're doing. Maybe in 2017, next year, I'll extend this offer to one other person. I just don't have the time or energy to train anybody else or to talk to anybody else. Mr. Sadie 123, it's not like I'm going to train you or anything, but you can come in if you want. Anytime you want, Friday or Saturday, schedule it with us, come out, stay a couple days if you want.
Yep.
Okay. All right, here's some things that come to mind if I was to start over. And I have to admit, I did not do this business correctly.
Nobody ever does.
I made a lot of mistakes. I mean, my own journey includes failing.
Yep.
I had to go back to work. Now, I was not in a cushy position transitioning into a scary business. Mm-hmm. And I just say it that way. It doesn't mean that it has to be anybody in particular's story, but out of necessity, I had to start something, and I had cut so many bridges with my university degree. I hadn't used it, and my family's family business changed and I was no longer part of it. And so my choices were start over in a employee type career at maybe say $30,000 a year, which is, you know, for some people good money. I had been making a lot more than that.
Yeah.
So that was a problem. At the time, my wife, Lon, was not working. That was a problem. My savings was not huge. That was a problem. So we backed out of our lifestyle and we moved out here more or less. And when I got out here, I came up with some ideas and ran with them. I also got a job. And over the course of the 10 years that we've been here, I had to do that job for a year. Then I ducked out of that and worked for myself for a while. I had to go back and work again 6 months in a job. And then I went back. And then I had to work again for about a year in a part-time with swings to full-time job until approximately 5-6 years ago when I've been doing this full-time since.
Yeah.
So I am no expert, you know. I'm no expert in how to start seamlessly and flawlessly. I don't know if there is such a thing. If you have unlimited time, unlimited support, unlimited money, unlimited brains, unlimited mentors, perfect wind, you know, low alcohol 12 packs of beer. I don't know what it takes to make a perfect thing. So anything to add so far?
Not a lot. No.
Okay.
Nope.
This is more me.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. But I'm going to go into some things that you might come up with something, or you might have heard me say something before, or might miss. You can bring it up. Whatever you want.
Yeah.
To do it, okay.
If I come up with something.
But this is important. People want to know how can I go from 0 to 100? How can I go from part-time to full-time? How can I double my business? All these things. There is going to be some of those answers in the next 15 minutes.
Yep.
Okay. First of all, there's no guarantees.
Yep.
Whether you're in your job or your own business, there are no guarantees. So you got to know that.
Yeah. Let's start rolling the fine print. We're not responsible for our advice does not help you.
Well, and that's true too. This is my own advice. You can take it or leave it. Do not take this to the letter.
Yep.
Edit, disclaimer. Is this thing going to click off again?
Yeah.
Okay, so I better not get rolled.
Whenever the text starts going red, that's when it's like 5 seconds or 10 seconds out.
When the number goes red?
Yeah, when the 23. Whenever.
Once I get rolling, man,
yeah.
It's a little like the beer mile.
So we can just click it off right now and then.
Can we?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Go.
Yeah, because I'm gonna rant, more or less. I'm gonna get a head of steam. This is gonna be like the beer mile. Ain't much gonna stop me once I start, because I ain't doing this again.
Freight train.
By the way, I do want to break 10 minutes on the beer mile.
Yeah.
And I found out there's a small little category over 30 or 35 and above 200 pounds. Clydesdale. Runners above 200 pounds are called Clydesdale.
I heard that.
But there's only one guy in there. The record is 8:01 for that, though. That's where I'm at. I'm over 35 and I'm like at 2:05.
Yeah.
I've never been this heavy in my entire life. Yes, it's the beer and the pizza. But that could be my division. So 8:01, that's obtainable. First step is 10 minutes. Okay. If possible, save some money. The more buffer money you have, the better. It's not always possible, but you shouldn't be spending money like mad. And if you've got a nest egg, be prepared to use it if this is your dream. Have some money. This fly is pissing me off.
I hate flies. The problem is they hatch out of the lighting fixtures.
There isn't that many in here. It's just a few pesky ones. Lean out your expenses, okay? If it were me, I would cut my cable. I would cut my dish. I would just watch on a second screen while you list on YouTube. If you got a beer club, cut that. If you got a new car purchase coming up, don't do it.
Yep.
Lean out your expenses, if you got any habits, like you buy $100 worth of clothes a month, don't do it. You know? So do as much leaning out of your expenses. So if your monthly spending budget is $3,500 a month and you're making $4,000 a month and you're making it, figure out how to lean that $3,500 a month down to $2,800.
Yep.
If you can. Now don't give up food, air, or water unless you're going to start drinking beer.
Well, there you go. Perfect transition.
Okay. The other thing you're going to have to realize, you know, some of the things that are in here, if you're working a full-time job and have limited time but really want to grow your eBay business to the point of replacing said job, you're going to have to give up something to get where you want. So you have to make a list of what am I willing to give up to get where you want. I mean, where is your time going? If it's all to your job, then you need to somehow back off that job. But I mean, if you're golfing or bowling or running or whatever you're doing with your free time, you may have to cut some of that.
Yeah.
You're going to need more energy to pull off your business. You may not need to work 6 or 8 hours a day in your eBay business to transition, but the 2 or 3 hours that you do work, you're going to need the energy.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing with your time, you're going to have to give up something to get where you want. Same with money. You're going to have to give up some of your spending to get where you want. You're going to have to delay gratification. I didn't have a choice when I started.
Yeah.
I didn't have any extra money. In fact, I was in debt. I was in bad debt. We had backed out from sort of an implosion. I would like to call it, we were up in cumbers. I mean, my salary was going up and up and up, and I was spending it even faster. So hopefully dealer learned from that, and I think I did. If you're doing anything that is really bringing you down, like if you got a habit of some kind or something, 10 cups of coffee a day, you're eating 50 Snicker bars a day.
If you're the old man and like chug a pot of coffee a day.
Well, I mean, if something is wrecking your health a little bit, you need to get that figured out. You gotta fine tune yourself a little bit. I put it over here. Start exercising. You want to get more efficient. Spend some of your time in real high quality things like exercising. You don't have to go out and run beer miles. You don't have to go out and run 10 miles a day, but you should do daily exercise when you want to work harder, and your body will respond. I don't know why it is, but exercise will make the stress less. You need to first of all look at your schedule, and then secondly, you need to schedule your time. Your time is going to be very, very valuable for transitioning, and you need to have a schedule, and you need to work on sticking on it. It doesn't mean you're always going to be perfect, but you've got to track and know your time. If you're not getting stuff done, your schedule will show you why.
Yep.
Talk to your family, talk to people that you associate with, talk to everybody that's in your life, and without burning bridges to your job and whatever, you need to let the important people know what's going on, and you need to get their backing or at least their understanding. That's going to be key. If you're always clashing with somebody or somebody's over what you're doing, that is going to be a thorn you do not need. So you got to get that straightened out. Consider part-time employment. If you are in a position where your employer values you, maybe you can act as a consultant to them part-time. Maybe somebody else would pay you part-time to do what you're doing right now for their company. Maybe you just rub your current job and position right off there, but in order to put a little food on your table and maybe even work a position that's one step away from picking somehow.
Yeah.
Some $10 an hour thing that's going to yield you really good stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it's working in an antique store, whether it's working in a field that has stuff that comes through it, I don't know what.
Yeah.
But consider if you need a little bit of employee in your life, go work part-time someplace while you do this. I mean, that might be a transition. Better would be to get your hourly or your salary at a part-time basis in the field that you're good at.
Yeah.
If you can do that. Do the math. Work it backwards. Okay. You've got some measure where you're at. And if you don't, you need to develop a way to measure where you're at. Your monthly sales, your monthly gross sales, how many items you're selling a month, how many items you're listing a month, what's your average buy of an item, what's your average sell price. You should work the numbers for a while. And then, is your current business, you should put some time on there too. How long does it take me to do this? How long does it take me to do that? You don't have to be anal about it, but you need to have some idea.
Yep.
Scale it up. Is it even possible? Are you doing it right? Where if you work twice as hard or 3 times as hard, could you make it? You need to know. Another way to do it is work backwards. You want to sell $10,000 of items a month? Work that backwards. How many things do you need to buy a month? How many items do you need to list? All that.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Anything else on your side?
Well, you're saying exercise, don't do beer miles. I was going to say, aren't beer miles kind of counterproductive to exercise? You did
somebody,
like 5 beer miles a day. I don't think you'd get in shape, would you?
Somebody mentioned that, do you think that the alcohol part of the beer mile counteracted the good results?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't do them all the time.
Well, I guess it's like food, air, and whatever. You don't need to eat after that. That's your full dinner for the day.
We could get into it, but
yeah.
Our body types are pretty lean.
Mm-hmm.
I've went a little overboard. I got a little extra on me now.
Yeah.
But 5 years ago, I couldn't gain weight.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm killing everything inside me, but I don't think beer hurts me that much.
Yeah.
I see it's fuel. It's not the cleanest burning. Okay, let's get back to it.
Like burning plastic or something. It's not quite that bad.
I said I would rant. I got to keep ranting.
Yeah, okay.
This is good stuff, though.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is good stuff.
Don't mind me just relaxing back here a little bit. I'm standing all day.
Do we need to have...
need the chairs.
Well, yeah, I can't lean back because
Yeah.
I wreck my sign back here. At least you got a wall.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel like I'm hunching over.
Well, exactly. I got like sit straight and I'm like...
Okay. Can you find enough good stuff? You need to ask yourself this question. In my area, in the areas that I know, in the things that I buy, the places that I go, is there enough good stuff? Do I feel confident I can find a good stuff? Now, we live out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
We find ways to find good stuff.
Yep.
Can we find enough good stuff?
Yeah, we can.
We could find how many times
Limited.
good stuff?
20 times?
Fly's gonna get my wrath in a minute.
Yeah, if he got right in the right spot, I just go, get him, but I'm not quite there.
I will be able to get him.
Yeah, I'll get him one of these days. He's over there now.
No, he went by.
Not quite the fly ninja yet.
I am, but I got my hands on this. That's the problem. Okay, write a plan, a written plan. What do they say? Make a plan, or you'll be part of somebody else's plan.
Yeah.
More or less. That's kind of lame.
Yeah.
The way I presented it. But you need to have a written plan. Otherwise, you will be part of somebody else's written plan. Your plan doesn't need to be long, but you need to write it down.
Write your own plan.
Write your own plan.
Yep.
Ask yourself this question. Are you able to be disciplined enough to pull this off? And if so, or if not, where is your accountability going to come from? Do you need an accountability partner that has a vested... Oh
man, you got faster.
I got close.
Yeah.
You need an accountability partner that has a vested interest in your success. One that will kick your butt like you would kick your butt if your butt really needed kicking.
Yep.
And one that will support you in goals that, a vested person. Usually this would be a business partner, a spouse, it could be a kid, or it could be a father or a mother or a parent figure. It will be hard for somebody not vested in you, though, to be an accountability partner. You know?
Yeah.
Self-accountability is best.
Yep.
And so you want to test, if you're not exercising, go out and try to run 5 days a week, a couple miles, and you will develop a little accountability.
Yep.
It's hard. It's hard, but you need accountability. I put under that, do you need a partner? Because we work really well together in most ways.
Yeah.
We have different skill sets and different accountabilities, different things like that, okay?
Yep.
In order to pull off a full-time transition, you may need some sort of a partner. You need to figure that out, think that out.
Yeah.
I also put separately, this is just in order, but you need to prepare mentally for the stress, loss of sleep, and the challenges that come with working in your own business. You just need to know that they're coming.
Yep.
It's like if you're walking out into the ocean and you don't know how deep it is, so some point you're gonna lose your footing and you're gonna go off, and there's gonna be a little wave. This is a Brian Tracy story.
Yeah.
He's a motivational speaker. I don't do it nearly as well, and it's actually way different. But when you go out into the sea like this and start sloshing forward, swimming, bobbing, whatever, your feet are no longer touching the ground, a wave is going to come and hit you. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you need to be prepared, or you're going to get a mouthful of salt water, and then you're going to sputter and go, what the heck is going on? And you're going to, feel kind of groggy. And if you don't recover fast enough, another one's going to hit you.
Yep.
So you got to be prepared for those waves. And in business, those waves are going to keep coming every so often. Blap, blap, blap. Pretty soon you're either sinking or swimming.
Yeah.
But in business, guess what? Every seventh wave is a big one.
Yeah.
And it'll F you up if you're not prepared. And it still could.
Yep.
But if you're prepared mentally and you know they're coming and you can think on your feet and you get knocked down and you get back up, you'll be fine.
Yep.
Woo! Have a quiet place to work. You're going to have to separate yourself from distractions.
Yeah.
Whether it's TV, the fridge, family, any other hobbies, whatever.
Yep.
You're going to have to find a way to get down to it. If you're down to it, Wheeler,
Mm-hmm.
how fast can you list 10 average items?
1 hour.
If you're distracted, how fast can you list 10 items?
As much as 4 or 5 hours. It really depends, but yeah, it depends.
Okay. I'm the same way. I think you're a faster lister than me.
Yeah.
I think when you list fast, you make more mistakes than I do.
Well, in a perfect world and a 100% energy, 100% everything, I can list 10 items in 30 minutes. But an average 10 items, if I'm really focused, will be about an hour.
So have a quiet place to work. Have a place away from distractions. And then the last question that you need to ask yourself, and you need to be honest with yourself because that's the only way, what is holding you back? What is holding you back from moving forward with your plan once you have it?
Yep.
Anything else, Wheeler?
Pretty much it. Nope. It's pretty good.
And then again, Mr. Sadie 123, the offer is real. Look us up, come on out. We've got things scheduled throughout the rest of the year. However, we will make an accommodation for you to come on out. We look forward to it. What's your eBay user IDs? You want to give them our two main?
Yeah. Two main ones are _Canon_guy, which...
Canon, C-A-N-O-N?
C-A-N-O-N.
Like the camera.
Yep. And then NW or Northwest_Kansas. So NW_ the word Kansas.
My question, which you may have already covered, how did you originally start full-time eBay homeschool, everything. Everything.
Oh man, we just.
Well, according to evolution, I came out of the pond as a pond scum, and then I grew into some sort of a little toad, and then a monkey, and then...
I've now learned to sun evolve so I can continue evolving.
By the way, I don't believe in evolution.
Nope.
Okay. Homeschooling. When I was in my mid-20s, I started to work in a family business. My mom was the boss. She was a great influence on me. I had went through public schools, and we had clients that came in that had big families of kids that were being homeschooled, and the people that were seeking our information and our products were looking for better health.
Yeah.
And the kids that came in from the public school and the kids that came in from homeschool left a huge impression on my mom, who influenced me, and left a huge impression on me. In fact, we had one employee that had one particular child that was so intelligent and asked so many questions. He was way beyond his years.
Yep.
And so I knew that that is what I wanted to do 5 years before I had children.
Yep.
Even before I met my wife, I knew I wanted to homeschool. And so that happened. My wife needed a little convincing.
Yep.
But at some point, she trusted me and we did that.
Yep.
Full-time eBay, I've alluded and talked about that a little bit tonight. I have run my own businesses, other businesses. eBay just is the... Oh, there's a...
Wasp got under the door somehow.
Wasp, yeah. We
Yeah.
have to take care of that.
Not sure how he got in there.
What are we at here?
18 minutes, 18:59.
Yeah, we need to pause it. Take care of that. That was stupid. I'm using my beer to cool my finger. So we found him. I hit him with this rolled up piece of paper, and I just caught his head. And so I leaned in with my finger to squish his head, and he reached around and got me on the finger. Man, does that burn.
Yeah.
Woo!
Got wasp in twice. Once I was like really young and it was horrible. The second time I actually was rushing to save Ben because he was like under a wasp nest. I got stung like 4 or 5 times. I didn't even feel it. So I don't know.
I don't know if there's a stinger in there. Man.
Nah, only bees. But yeah.
Nope, that was a sharp pain, sort of like cutting off my finger.
Yeah.
Woo! There it is right there. Right in the crease.
Yeah.
Can you suck the venom out?
I don't know.
Whew. Okay.
Not eventful question and answer turned.
Well, he was buzzing. It's just like the damn fly, though. He's buzzing around. It's like he's just doing his thing and not hurting anybody, but it's so distracting, and I'm trying to rant.
Yeah, I don't like if you actually breathe on or something, they sting you. Just don't want to do that.
I've never had that happen, but man, my finger's going.
The crazy picker life gone wrong.
Oh, that's gone wrong right there.
Yeah.
I see it right there.
In the hood, gone wrong, gone crazy.
See that?
Yeah.
If I start getting weird,
So,
look at it is swelling up.
yeah.
See that?
Yeah, that will.
Damn.
I forget if you get a bump off that or not, probably.
Ice?
I don't know. Oh, I remember what Aunt Jay did when I had my boss by a long time, baking soda on there. Forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
I'm gonna toughen it out, but
Yeah.
I didn't like that at
It's
all.
get tougher.
Yeah,
So I took a few of them once and I didn't even feel it. Just get a little tougher, you're
Oh
fine.
yeah, I gotta go the other way. Woo! Off camera, clunk.
Off camera, yeah.
Okay, so full-time eBay. So buying and selling has always been my thing. I started selling like greeting cards and seeds and fireflies when I was a kid. Candy store I had, it sold to all the neighbor kids. Bought low, sold high. eBay was just an extension of it all. I've built websites. I've done network marketing. I've done direct selling. I've done other things. My family had a retail store, counseling thing. Now there's a moth. I can live with that.
Did somebody like knock the glass out of our window there? Is this stuff like pouring in?
I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know.
Second bug in a minute.
I don't know. Maybe this is just end of summer bug flea fliffer floffing.
I guess they like the ranting. They gotta
They're coming in for the talk.
There you go. They want to become
they're like this booming talk. They hear this and it's like, go into these lights is what it is. Don't you think?
Maybe, but how do they see from outside the door? How does it in here?
They're like, I gotta go for it. They're like the entrepreneurial
Just
bugs.
do it. Yeah.
I think it's getting better.
Yeah.
There's my wound from the washing machine.
Yeah.
Okay. So it just was a natural fit. The picking, it was a combination of Wheeler going to rummage sales and finding cameras.
Yep.
American Pickers was a big influence on me. I was watching that. I was intrigued by that. And I had bought and sold some things on eBay before in volume, test strips, huge volume, high-end air purifiers, huge volume, some other things for our business previous, and books and CDs. No, CDs. Yeah.
DVDs, yeah.
I sold thousands of DVDs in the early 2000s. So I had been doing a lot of stuff on eBay. It finally clicked. I had a couple things come and go on eBay that supported us. And then the most current thing is general picking, which is a lot of fun. Advertising signs, everything you can find that you like. And cameras is a winner.
Yep.
So that should be enough. We will do other question and answer sessions. So if we're not clear on some of these things, you can certainly follow up. Okay. Second question, when you did this, did you have a savings to carry you? I think I've answered that. I had credit. I had access to money. I had not much to lose. I felt like my back was against the wall. I believed in myself. I believed in my work ethic. I just went for it.
Yep.
Now, in the last 5 years, I've used a lot of different means to expand the business. Most recently, cash internal expansion. It feels great. If you can do it out of savings, wonderful. I don't encourage anybody to take on any debt at any time. However, many businesses have made calculated business plans and have borrowed money, took on a partner, took on an investor, took on a brain trust, and used that capital to expand, grow, and move forward.
Yeah.
There is a lot of difference between taking a $100 bill that you borrowed and throwing it on black on the roulette table and hoping for the 50-50 split, which it's not a 50-50 split, by the way. The house has an edge on it, so it's actually a losing proposition. It's like, I don't know, 40, whatever. There's a big difference between that and borrowing money, $100, and going out and buying something that you've researched and that you know is going to flip for double.
Yep.
But you got to convince yourself of that. I still have to convince my wife of that. She was uncomfortable with the whole thing all the way along, and she still is uncomfortable even when I come home with wads of cash.
Yeah.
It's my own cash.
Gold chains, gangsta hat.
It's my own cash, and she's still uncomfortable. She says, why do you got to buy so much? I'm like, how do you think I make this? Lettuce.
Yeah.
So some people are more comfortable with that than others. I did not have a big wad of cash when I started. I had to borrow, and I was already knee-deep through circumstance and my own bad decisions and a few things that were out of my control. If I went farther in the hole, I would have worked harder to get out. I took responsibility for it. That's the other thing is, if you are going to borrow money, if you're going to get in your own business, if you're going to do any of this, you must be prepared to not blame others, but take responsibility.
Yep.
If you do that, you will get ahead. Even if you go behind, 2 steps back, 1 step forward, pretty soon it'll be 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah, because I won't say exactly if you're desperate enough, but if you're determined enough, you get stuff done. You'll never fail if you have that determination.
If you take many of those things that I talked about in the last half hour on how to make the jump, if you take those things step by step seriously and start incorporating those into your plan and into your life, you will feel more confident as you go.
Yeah.
You will make less mistakes, and if you do make mistakes, you'll know they're coming and you will get up and move forward. Wow, dramatic pause.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like moving back.
Oh, wow. You're moving it back by this. You've been taking
forward, moving back.
Okay, so let's keep moving here.
Yep.
Another few questions.
Yeah.
Somebody's been asking multiple questions.
Oh, I see.
It's the 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
20% of the people on the vlog ask 80% of the questions.
Yeah.
I love the 80-20 rule. It applies to almost everything. Pareto principle. I have for you guys that could be answered on your question and answer or here, whichever. What is your average sale price you aim for? Okay, so I'm not sure I totally understand that question, but our average, okay, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll answer it, let you answer it.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer it a little differently than just pinpointing, as I do with most things, because it's not a yes or no question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like selling too many things under $20. By the time you box it, free shipping, if you do that, fees, it's not worth my time.
Yeah.
Unless I have multiples of it. I bought some postcards. I ended up bundling them 4 to a set. They sold for like $11.99, free shipping. I had probably 30 sets.
Mm-hmm.
They go out, boom, boom, boom. I list it once, I relist it, that's no big deal. And they pack easy. Every time they go out, it's a $7 bill.
Yep.
Profit. So multiple items, that's different, okay? We do not do Amazon, what's that thing where you ship it? FBA.
Yep.
I pack everything, so that does figure into my question. Okay, my answer. $20 or less, I don't like doing it. My sweet spot has changed. I right now want to sell things 50 or higher. I like selling things for $100.
Absolutely.
So I aim for higher stuff now.
Yep.
Especially when I have so much inventory I can't even list it.
Yeah.
Then I just keep raising it up. I'm either looking for really easy stuff to list, really high profit margin, really high dollar profit.
Yep.
I don't buy shit.
Yep.
Unless I'm buying some stuff for Banana Peeler, which again, it's not going to be SHIT, but it's going to be stuff that he can list. So that might be lower stuff.
Yeah. Learning
stuff. Learning stuff. And some of the stuff, Banana Peeler listed something yesterday at $159.99.
Yeah.
So, and he still needs guidance, but BP, if you're watching, which I don't think you'll watch this whole
No, probably not.
thing.
Comment below if you're watching, BP. Yeah.
He commented on one of my videos.
He did?
He watched the beer mile.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to see himself jumping around.
Well, yeah.
So, what I aim for and what our average is, our average ticket is somewhere between $40 and $50.
Yeah.
Across the board,
that's pretty good.
All sales. Well, yeah, and we've got things that sell for $2,700 and $500 and $100, and we just sold something today for like $4.34.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm aiming for, right?
No. So, what do you want to say?
You pretty much summed it up, and one thing I'll add to that is like a lot of people I'm sure would say they'd like to be in the higher end spectrum of things. Let's say like I like to deal in high-end watches. Like if I could buy $4,000 to $100,000 watches, these really high-end watches, there's people who make a living out of that.
Right.
But the thing is, the expertise necessary for that and the returns are really bad if you're not prepared for them. So as far as realistic, I think my favorite price range to sell stuff in is the $50 to $500 range.
It's a pretty good sweet spot.
It is.
Now,
the returns don't cripple you.
I mean, you gotta think about a couple of those things. It's as easy to list a $100 item as it is a $10 item.
Yeah.
But you have to have the capital the patience, the fortitude, the stomach for problems, etc., to handle those higher dollar things. You can learn that over time. I still don't like sending anything over $100 overseas. I don't feel comfortable, but I do it all the time. So maybe that's why I run the beer mile.
Yeah.
Hope that answers your question. There's more here though.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Second question. Where do you see your business going in the next 5 years? I do not know. I hope more of my family is involved. I hope my wife is involved. What's that?
Battery almost out.
Oh.
Didn't anticipate that.
Wow, we killed the battery. All right, let's stop. Oh,
it's bright.
Whatever, go. Okay, where were we? Next 5 years. Yep. Remember what I was saying?
Next 5 years.
More family.
More family, yeah. That was about where we stopped, I thought.
I like what we're doing.
Yep.
I like what I'm doing. I mean, I like a new picker van. I'd like to have a big bus. I'd like to go on trips farther. I'd like to do more sightseeing.
We'll be out of school.
Wheeler will be out of school. Could be full time.
Yep.
Would like Wheeler still to be with me.
Yep.
I would like at least one other kid to be as aggressive in this business as Wheeler. That would be cool.
Aggressive, yeah.
I'd like to have our building taken care of, the castle.
Yeah.
Like to have a
really own a castle.
Cool man room.
I promise you we'll own a castle.
I would love to work with my wife,
yep.
Lon. I would love to work full time with her. I really would. I don't think it's mutual, which is a whole nother question. Nobody asked that. Okay. And I still love her and she still loves me, but that's just that. Okay, I know you're considering moving your business. Where are you going? Moving your business. By the way, my finger feels a lot better.
Good.
It's still in there, but the pain is gone.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's not bee, so it doesn't stick a stinger in you.
I'm not allergic.
Yep. Well, yeah, that's.
I know you're considering moving your business and family possibly to another state altogether, so you'd be looking for permanent location for your family business. Are you open to possibly relocating again in a few years? Well, the process of us looking and moving to another place is very complicated. I would love to move. I would love not to move.
Yeah.
But our house is too small and it's a little too old. I'm sick of fixing it. I do not want to put $100,000 into a house that I'm only going to get $50,000 out of when I die and you inherit it. Because my house just cannot be maxed out. I would love to stay where I'm at. I would love to stay in this building, this area, but things change. And there are some advantages to going to another state. You can get some advantages in taxes. You can get some advantages in weather. You can get some advantages in picking.
Yep.
You can get some advantages in taking in a new area, climate, whatever. What are you doing?
Makes you taller. So I'm taller than you then.
It's weird, man, that you just do this stuff.
Well, I look at the screen here and I like experimenting with what changes
Talking about short attention spans.
Well, yeah.
So
it's a bit more unusual tonight.
Yeah. Do you need to talk? Go ahead.
No, I don't think
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I'll be out of school, I'll probably have a car, I'll probably have a boosted board, I'll be doing a daily vlog. I'll be 4 years into my daily vlog. You're pretty crazy.
I'll probably be the Grand Master Beer Mile champion.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to run the 4-minute beer mile, the first
No,
one?
I don't have to. The Grand Master, 50 or older, and I didn't even put in Clydesdale in there.
No.
I think it's 8 minutes. Takes a cake.
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
That was 6 minutes something, but...
For 50 plus? I don't think so.
Yeah, that was high sixes, but...
40 plus is 656.
I see. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, I should look at that.
Yeah, why don't you? You don't have to. You're so young.
Yeah.
You haven't even had your first beer yet. How was that Schlitz last night?
Yeah, pretty good.
Am I a bad dad for letting you enjoy a nice Schlitz?
In moderation, yeah.
In moderation, so like what, 1 hour?
Beer vial every day? Nah, I'm good.
That's probably your only beer in the last couple months.
It is.
All right.
Yep.
I don't force my children to drink beer. That's ridiculous. When I was 3 or 4, though, now this is, people wonder where this comes from. I grew up on one side a carpenter's family, entrepreneurs. On the other side, farming family. Both families drank some beer. They got together, big families. They had family activities. The beer came out. Wisconsin is not the beer state it used to be, but back in my era, in the early 70s, when I was young, born in the late 60s, beer and brats, man. Wisconsin was it.
Yeah.
And I had a swig of beer in my mouth when I was 3 years old. Mm-hmm. Did it affect me weird? No. So take the whole thing with a grain of salt if it all bothers you.
Yeah.
If I made it to 48 years old and I'm still running, etc., it's all right.
Yep.
So would we move? Would we move again? Yes. And it looks like we're going to have to move business locations. I would like to move house locations. I would love to move my business into my house if I had the right house, or my house into my business if I had the right business building. I don't know if that's going to work. That's part of the negotiations that we're in. And my wife Lon has this picture of this house she wants, and the business ain't in it.
No.
And I have this picture of this business castle building, and my house is in it. So there is a dilemma.
Yep.
Lon and I are opposites in many ways. How we ever got together, that's another story.
Opposites attract.
Well, I have nothing bad to say.
Yep.
But it is an interesting thing, and when I reach 100, I will write it down.
The life story of a dealer.
Woo! That one will be on the discount rack quick. Don't buy that on retail arbitrage.
Yeah.
Try to flip it on Amazon.
You won't get retail arbitrage.
Yeah. Don't buy it.
Oh, well, don't buy it to resell. Yeah.
No, because you'll
get goodwill.
You'll see like 3 or 4 copies, and you'll be like, "Oh man, I could flip these."
Wow.
And then you'll look under the tablecloth and under the table, and there'll be boxes because none of them ever sold.
Well, give me all these for free. What a pain to take them.
What an amazing trip. I'm sure this is a dumb book question.
Oh, dumb.
Oh, forget it. Let's go
on.
There's no dumb questions. There's no dumb book questions.
No smart questions. There's no dumb questions. There is only question.
If you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
Yeah.
That's a dumb question.
Yeah.
Are you out of beer?
Dumb question is not even a question. Makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
This is sort of a comedy skit.
It is.
I'm starting to get into this thing again. I'm going to probably start doing.
I was thinking about trying that earlier. Just go.
You can't do it like this.
No.
Look at that. That's kind of gross. It's that sweat.
Yeah.
You gotta get it up there though.
Yeah.
This is for demonstrative purposes only.
Do not try this at home.
I think your liver's on your left. Look at that.
Yeah.
That pit is wet.
Huh.
It's near you. Are you all sweaty? Maybe it's hotter out
right now.
Weird. The things that make you go.
Do not attempt this at home.
Okay. What an amazing trip. I'm sure this is a dumb book question. But are you satisfied with the trip? As in, was there certain places to go that you didn't get to make it to, or contacts you wanted to meet up with that didn't happen? And of course, was there anything that you were hoping to find that you couldn't? But seriously, compared to my hauls, this shit was epic.
Whoa. Yeah.
Shit and epic are capitalized.
Yelling.
This is a PJ.
Epic.
This is a PG-13 show, by the way. Probably a PG. This probably isn't PG-13. There's no nudity.
Not quite that bad. Yeah. Yeah.
At least not
the
yet.
rays are a bit stretched on those.
At least not yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we took this 10-day picking trip. It was our second 10-day picking trip of the year. We also went on another long trip that we did do some picking.
Yep.
This particular trip was 9.5 out of 10 as far as picking.
Yeah.
We picked less than usual and got more than usual.
Pretty much hit everywhere. We had a couple of goals that we wanted to hit during the trip. We had a couple of stops that we wanted to hit during the trip, and they all lined up pretty much perfectly.
Well,
couldn't happen
the
much
one
better.
stop that we had planned was tremendous. The $6,000 camera haul.
Yep.
We stumbled on a beer auction.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
That was awesome.
So that ups it, even if we had something that.
We hooked up with one of our contacts, and that turned out pretty awesome as well.
Yeah, the flea market one was a little bit down there, but that's made up for by the beer auction.
Right. So one thing led to another.
Yeah.
The rummage sales were not so good.
No.
We did those mostly for Lon and the kids and
For fun. Yeah.
We found a few things.
Yep.
The last couple days, we actually made a decision not to go to a couple places where we certainly could have found some more awesome stuff. And so I hope we didn't burn any bridges with those contacts, because we did tell them, hey, we come in, May, and we come in August. Now we're not going to see them again for a while.
Yeah.
But we had so much stuff, and I would have had to, you bring a bunch of money along, then you have like a reserve. I would have had to tap my second reserve, and I couldn't really tap it fast enough. I probably would have had to borrow some money and pay it back with my reserve when I got back. So that would have cost a little bit. We were a little burned out.
Yep.
We needed some time off. We made a decision not to.
Yeah.
So it met all expectations.
Absolutely.
The trip was awesome.
Yep.
In 10 days' time, we bought 3-4 months of our stuff for the year.
Yeah.
And if we get it listed faster, that's great. If we don't, no sweat.
Covered today, we had 300 lenses from that lot.
300 camera lenses. And I was teasing with Wheeler that, that's $10 each. That's $3,000.
Yeah.
But in reality, the average is probably closer to $100.
I did a $50 each average, just as super low, or just not really super low, but just as an interesting estimate. That's $14,800 for $50 each.
I can't imagine it's $50 each.
It's more than
because
that,
you
for
look
sure.
around, it's hard to find anything that's lower than a $50 lens.
I'd say 95% we're going to list out of that lot. Maybe 97%. There's a few
50 or less?
No, that I'm going to list out of that. Everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it's closer to 100.
Yeah, but the ones that are left out of that are really good.
Yeah. So,
few money.
Whatever.
Yep, couple.
And that's not even. I don't even think that's the best.
No, I think 100 is super realistic.
I don't even think that's the best of what we got in the lot. I think the accessories are because there's 1,000 pieces there.
Yep, I'm just saying that lens box we picked up for, let's say we paid $1,000 for all those lenses, and that's pretty high. That's
high.
Absolute gold. That's
20 plus times our money.
Mm-hmm.
20 times plus.
Yeah.
It could be 30 times our money.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
So yeah, great trip.
Yep.
I don't know how we could do better.
No, we couldn't, because I'd say a couple of previous trips we've had some stops that stuff doesn't line up. This trip, it pretty much all lined up. It was near perfect.
There's a couple trips that we want to take. This is not a question that was asked, but this may be interesting. What trips have you not taken, Wheeler and Dealer, that you want to take? There's two that I'll mention that are like sort of like fantasies. Okay. Yeah. One, have been at least 2 auctions in the country that have been for crazy camera collections.
Absolutely, and those happen from time to time.
I would love to fly out, take in the auction, fly back. That's a fantasy trip. That may happen, may not happen. The other one is to go to one of these countries that has stuff that we know we could load up a suitcase, we could load up a shipping container or whatever and bring back.
Yeah.
But there's constraints on both of those that make them really tough. There's that damn fly.
Yeah. As far as
and here comes a moth to fight with him.
As far as fantasy locations, I'd say 2 of those would probably be Hong Kong, which you probably find more lower end stuff and possibly some higher end stuff in Hong Kong, and then Germany or some of the surrounding European countries would be another dream trip. That would be a lot more like a museum.
Damn.
It'd be a lot more like a museum than an actual picking trip. You'd buy some stuff there, but it would just be crazy what you'd see.
You probably have to spend a month to really get a flavor of what's going on there. That's one of the challenges.
It is.
There's
of course the language barriers and which that can be.
So we might or we might not do that kind of thing.
Yeah. Someday maybe.
Yeah. Now, like the Hong Kong trip, if we could bring a container back of low-end stuff, like just, take a dump truck and fill it up with all that stuff, that would be like the sleeper cell, picker cell, where we have like 8 people listing for us.
Yeah. Crazy.
Flood the market with vintage accessories.
The problem is, there are people doing that, and it's already happening. Hong Kong and China have taken over a big portion of the market. They've reduced the camera market to about 75% of what it once was value-wise, just because of all the stuff that is over there and what's being
so the barrier to entry to making it in the camera market, if you're just starting, is getting harder.
Unfortunately,
But if you're in it already, we just keep adapting and raising our game.
Especially for certain items, Hong Kong and China have been crashing the market, or I should say Japan. Japan is another.
Things change.
They do,
Okay, do you sell lenses without front and back caps?
Yes.
Why?
Well, originally we actually used to buy lens caps in bulk. They're about $1 a piece, and it doesn't sound like a lot, and maybe we should start doing it again. But after a while, it became a bit tedious. We began accumulating too many caps, and right now I have way too many caps that just, for the most part, you'll find a lens that'll fit from time to time. Just there's too many of them. Yeah,
there's how many different sizes of lens caps?
Well, if you count all the rear caps, front caps, push-on caps, it's just too many. It's thousands.
Yeah. So you can't stock them.
No.
So we tried, and we have extras now. I think I can hit this.
Yeah.
If we buy a lens and it has generic caps, we will sell it like that.
Yeah.
If we buy a lens and we have generic caps, we will sell it like that. If we buy a lens and it has really expensive caps on it, a lot of times we'll switch those out and sell the caps separately and the lens separately, because you can get $10, $20, $30, $50, even $100 for some lens caps. So you gotta look them up.
Yep, and then some lenses we get with the original brand name lens caps, and the lens caps would go for $6 to $10. Reasonably long-term sell. I'll sell those with it if it's a $50 lens.
Yeah, and we've changed on some of that.
Yeah, and then if it's not a $50 lens, but 20 or 30, I still probably won't list them because we actually have a lot of those already. So I'll put them in a bin and then I'll stick them on another lens that is $50.
We will sell lenses without caps, but you must highlight that in the listing, because even with it highlighted, you'll still have some people say, "Where's the caps?"
Yeah.
But it's not a big percentage.
No, it's not a big deal either. For the most part, people want to use the lenses and they don't care about caps.
How do you ship these boxed with padded or double boxed? I use bubble wrap, and I use wadded up paper around that, and single boxed. Expensive lenses, just like expensive anything, I add to the padding and the packing. Heavyweight things, I add to the padding or the packing. So you just have to become comfortable with that. I've made mistakes. There's things I won't buy because they break. There's things I won't ship because they won't make it. But lenses, you just have to work through it. Do you think that setting goals on your whiteboard has been the largest difference in your end sales? No.
No.
Has it made it a lot more fun?
Absolutely, yeah. No, the fun factor goes through the roof with that. Yes. Obviously, it's not
Our sales, and I have a little more wisdom in this, and so I don't know what it is. I'm a little more steady. Wheeler does go up like this and down a little.
I do.
It has taken a lot of this out of it. Because when I notice that we're here, I put a little bigger incentive. I try to make it a little more interesting. When we're up here, I back off the accelerator a little bit.
Yep.
The whiteboard does quantify things. It does make it real. We like having incentives and prizes. Our prizes are getting fun and more interesting. So it helps.
So one thing the whiteboard does do is consistency. It helps that, which, like you're saying.
Right.
And also it helps with that self, what do you call it? Self-motivation? I forget. Like somebody else usually would do this, but then you're doing it yourself. I don't know.
How do you get people to respect that you have a job to do and need time to do it when you are so accessible at home? I'm having this issue, obviously. I'm trying to get my 15-year-old daughter to help out cleaning. She has in the past, but only briefly, and maybe photographing the stock as part of the part-time job. Okay, so we obviously moved out of our house into an office away from home. Pros and cons. Obviously the pro is you don't have the issues of people not understanding that you're working. I am the punisher at home. I am the heavy-handed dealer, butt spanker if needed. I'm the rule maker for the most part. My wife is an equal person in most of these things behind the scenes, but I'm the guy that carries it out. Even with that, the distractions were super heavy at home when we were in the basement and the house was upstairs. Insane at times. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I don't know how to help you there. It is very, very tough. I used to work around nap time. I used to work third shift to avoid it when people were sleeping.
Yeah.
I used to do all kinds of tricks like that, and still you would have problems. So it is individualized. It is definitely a challenge from working at home. Now, the pro from working at home is I do miss working in my pajamas. I do miss having all my creature comforts there. I do miss my family, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
We've figured out, I got my family working with me. I can walk home. I have walked to work in the middle of the night in my pajamas, in the dark, 2 blocks away. My flip-flops, my bare feet, my robe, whatever. I don't do that very often, by the way. I don't want to get picked up. As far as getting family members to help, it's almost like this. You can encourage them. You can show them the water, but you cannot make them drink. My 15-year-old daughter, I got to do some work for me when she was maybe 12 or 13, and she did it very, very well. But she did not like to do it. What the hell are you doing?
Trying to separate my head as much as I can from my body. That is strange. Yeah, I'm kind of goofy tonight.
So,
keep on the thing.
She is not here. She is not working. Once in a while she says, boy, I wish I had more money. Once in a while she says, boy, I'm bored. You know, I wish she would join us. She just doesn't want to. She hasn't made that decision. Wheeler, on the other hand, I can't keep him away.
No.
So, I had a lot of kids. Some of them are going to want to come here. Some aren't. I can't force the other ones. I can only encourage them. If you only have 1 or 2 or 3 kids and none of them want to work there, nothing you're going to be able to do is going to change that other than be positive, encourage them. Maybe the time will come when something else doesn't work out and they turn the corner. I went away to college. I learned a bunch of stuff. I had a few jobs. I came back and worked in the family business for 10 years. I never thought I would want to do that. I loved my parents. We did a lot of things as kids. I just didn't want to work with them. I didn't want to work for them. I didn't want to work for anybody. I never wanted to be an employee ever. But I did it. You know, I did it. I give Wheeler enough leeway. You just want to be here. It's a different thing. People either want to be there or they don't. Okay. Minimum wage here is $10. It's hard to have a teen go by the hour. Okay. Teach kids pay for what they do. If I pay by the hour or the day, I pay super low. If I pay mostly production. I pay commission. That is it. All kinds of other perks, commission. And that's a good way to teach kids that if you don't want to work, you don't get paid much. If you want to work, you get paid a lot more.
Exactly. The more you work, the more you get paid.
So I think what it's finally going to settle out as is, okay, as soon as you hit 18 and you're out of school, it's going to be a different deal. I think there will be I think it'll be salary plus commission. That's what it'll be. But right now it's been pretty much all commission. How do you keep motivated? How do you keep them motivated? Well, if they don't have motivation in anything, it's hard to motivate somebody. My kids are all different. They're all motivated in something, but you mentioned anime here. I don't think I'll be reselling anime figures anytime soon. So some people just like it, some don't.
Yep.
What do you want to say about that? You're younger. What do you see? Your siblings wanting to work or not? Your sister wanting to work
here's
or
the
not?
deal
You
with
wanting
Kate.
to work or not?
Here's the basic thing I get with Kate. She wants to work, she wants to earn money, or she wants to get money. That's what she wants. She wants to come here, she wants to do an easy job for high pay for an hour a day. That's what she wants. She wants to be super easy. She just wants something for nothing.
Unrealistic expectations.
Exactly, that's it.
And you can't teach people. I mean, you can teach people anything they want to learn, and show by example. But show by example.
Oh yeah. Oh whoa. Yeah. No, I think that's.
Look,
her
I'm
mindset.
perfectly aware of some of the examples that I show, good and bad. I understand. I take full responsibility.
Dealer's not responsible.
Try gentleman beer.
Gentleman beer, Sterling beer, Blatz, draft beer. Yeah.
So I create an atmosphere for success. My kids have to choose if they want to take advantage of it. I encourage them. I push them a little bit. You can't go any farther than that.
Yeah, I will say in Kate's online games she plays, she is very entrepreneurial. She has figured out some ways tricking the system, but she's pretty good at
Well, your
selling.
sister, without mentioning her name 100 times, is extremely intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Just she has a narrow view of the real world.
Yep.
And
she chooses not to learn.
Well, it's her choice.
Yeah.
That's been her choice because we have given her just as many opportunities and outlets as you. She has chosen, though, to go inward a little bit.
Yep.
My sister was the same way.
Yep.
I was super entrepreneurial. She was a little more closed.
Yeah.
So people are like that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And then they can switch. They can switch. My sister became entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Later in life.
A YouTube channel with 10,000 subscribers.
Yes. Let's see. Wheeler's level. How did you get yours to get in a niche? That's a good question. So you had an interest. You're just obsessed with certain things, and cameras was one of them. I did not have to steer you too hard.
No.
Once you found it, you were in.
Yeah, you bought me a camera for my birthday, and after that, it just went crazy.
We could have easily been buying and selling coins.
Yeah.
Because you were into those for a while.
It was. Not quite as heavy as in the camera, though. You got out of it pretty quick.
Hi, crazy pickers.
Whoa.
Now wait, we say crazy picker life.
Yeah.
Do we ever call ourselves crazy pickers?
I don't know if we're crazy.
Man, that's offensive.
Oh man, I'm triggered.
Hi, crazy pickers. Always love to see what you're picking up. Great haul. I have a question for Wheeler. I answered this one, but I figured I'd better pull it back out because I'm not a camera guy.
Yeah.
I have about 15 rolls of professional film. Some Kodak, some Fuji Velvia that is probably at least 5 years old. What's the oldest film that we've ever had?
We've had film from the 1912, 1930. Because if you don't count plates, we've had glass plates from before that.
I have film that's probably at least 5 years old and not in boxes, but still in the canisters. I see many that sell on eBay, but usually have the expiration date listed. I do not see any date on the film canisters. Is there any way to tell how old it is, or should I just list it expired date unknown? And what do people do with it? Surely it's not still used for taking pictures, is it?
It is, especially 5 years old. I think the cutoff for what people are still using for pictures is about expiration date, because it really is complicated. People are using film experimentally all the way from the 60s expiration all the way up, but for professional use or for hobbyist use, about the oldest that most people recommend using, if not freezer stored, which that's another whole nother thing, that you can preserve film by keeping it in a freezer.
Film can be prolonged.
Yeah, but in a normal warm climate, film will go bad after about, say, 10 years.
Now, people use film for weirdo effects and
Yeah,
stuff.
lomography. That's what I was talking about.
Okay.
1960s and experimental is what I called it. But
Experimental.
they call it lomography.
Weirdo film people.
Yep. Hipsters.
Hipsters. Woo.
Go ahead, trigger everybody.
Hipsters.
Yeah.
Woo.
Gotta get the hips in there though.
Woo, the hips are moving, but it just comes through in my shoulders. Okay. So, any more on that?
Nah.
All
Pretty
right.
much it.
So, hey, we got our
That's where sell
first.
is in lots.
We got our first mail this week.
Mail time.
Pick well, list often. Got a nice card. Look at that. That thing is a moth, I guess.
Yeah.
Dear Wheeler and Dealer and Banana Peeler, my husband Patrick and I watch your vlog channel. I thought these box knives would come in handy. The green ones are right-handed and hold extra blades. At the bottom, the red one is left-handed and holds blades as well. The yellow one is for children 18 and under at my
18
work.
and under, wow.
We hope you enjoy. Julian Patrick
Well, cool, box knives.
blank. So that is spectacular.
I
Now,
have one on my workspace.
I did open it, but I did not look completely in it yet. So let's do it, man.
Yeah, here we go. You need a knife to open it?
Yeah, I have to use my old
Okay, let's see
Leeway
my credit card knife.
phone knife.
Yeah.
But this is cool. Thank you very
Wow,
much.
yeah. First fan mail ever.
Fan mail.
There's a
Ooh.
crazy term. First time I sponsored t-shirts coming soon, but other than that,
Oh,
yeah, first fan mail.
fan mail. I'm probably gonna hurt myself taking these out of here.
Yeah, man.
I'm pretty dangerous right now.
Rip it apart.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I've never had any of these. I don't even know what to.
There's a tweezers in there.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna have to learn how to use them. Wow.
Wow.
What's that?
That's the children's box cutter. right?
Whoa.
That's cool. There we go. Got a
Wow.
cool leather holster.
Wow.
Look at those things.
Man, oh man.
Fancy.
Ooh, careful with that.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I
Show it on the
appreciate
camera.
the gesture.
Crazy. Whoa, wait, not 18 yet.
Easy, buddy. We'll be cutting all kinds of new things.
Woo!
Woo woo. Okay.
Yeah. Technically sponsored now? Is this?
No, we're not
Oh,
sponsored.
okay, this is just the.
It's a gift.
I know, I'm
It's a
joking.
gift. Thank you
I'm
very
joking.
much.
Yeah, thank you.
Woo. Here's to you with the Blatz Light. That's only 3.5%.
Yeah.
Okay. So we answered the film question, right?
Yep. This is gonna stay still as possible.
Oh my gosh. Here's a question for your Q&A. What advice do you have for someone that wants to get into selling on eBay full time?
Do you need to redo the?
No, but
Right.
here's some more
Yeah.
advice. Start part-time and get good at it.
Yeah.
Get good at it part-time, develop a plan, scale it up,
Yep.
get the help you need, get the questions answered that you need, get some confidence, start exercising, go for it.
Find a niche. If it's in your area, good, great. If it's not, find a new niche. Just you have to be able to find enough items.
If you can't find a niche, find a niche.
Niche. I like calling niche.
I know, it's so funny because
Pronunciation.
where did you get that pronunciation from? Because I would never.
Channel. I don't know.
What? No, I would never say it.
Yeah. I don't know.
It must be that new hipster.
Yeah. That's like a gangsta.
Gangsta niche.
It's like bruh, niche. Niche bruh.
Anyway, rewind this VHS video and listen to the other rant. Okay, here we're getting into good ones, finally.
Whoa.
I noticed how tired you were with all the traveling on your last picking trip. Now, I was tired on that trip, but did you miss the point? We left at 9 p.m.
Yep.
I drove through the freaking night
Mm-hmm.
to get someplace so I could pick $6,000 worth of camera stuff. Then
crazy,
I
yeah.
made it to happy hour at the hotel.
Yep.
Partied with chicken salad and my wife all night.
Crazy.
No kidding, I was tired. Duh. I'm not saying duh to your question.
Oh,
but-
okay. Well, that was a good 30-hour day, wasn't it?
Oh my
At
gosh.
least.
So I set myself up for the whole trip.
More than that, actually. Probably.
So, really, I'm defensive. I'm
Yeah.
defensive. So that's just forget that. Let's edit that out.
And see if I can get this flying.
All right. I noticed how tired you were with all the traveling on your last picking trip, and I do appreciate actually how you noticed I was tired and you were concerned for me. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, sincerely. I'm okay, though.
Yep.
Would it help if Wheeler learned how to drive? This could also help in the day-to-day running of your business. Wheeler could take the packages to the post office, UPS, FedEx, etc., and free up your time. Also, does Lon do any driving on your picking trips? Enjoy your videos. I think you could do help with some extra hands. Well, I have some short comments on that. My van is big, and when it's loaded and when the whole family's in there, that is not a vehicle for a beginning driver.
No.
Wheeler, I don't know why you've chosen not to take your test and not drive. There's a car waiting for you when you have your test completed.
Yeah,
You've earned it.
do that.
So my take on it is Wheeler doesn't feel like there's any need to have a car right now. We live in a small community. He gets around with me. He gets around on his bike, your scooter, skateboard.
Yeah.
We homeschool. Our business is close by. Everything's close by. If you wanted to, you would.
Yeah, because if I really need to, full speed, I can get across town in like 15 minutes on any scooter thing, like from here to Walmart. It's pretty...
Knowing what I know about my van and all the driving conditions and everything we drive, I would feel a little uncomfortable with any newer driver driving that big vehicle loaded. The visibility is limited with it. It's huge, etc.
Yeah.
Lon, my wife, just refuses to drive it.
Yep.
So that's just a decision that I make. I, on the other hand, a pro, I like to drive. I love to drive. I'm a good driver. I've had very few driving problems. I'm like Iron Man when I drive. So when Wheeler does get his license, though, and we're just like out on the dead highway and things like that, I will let you drive. And once you get more experience, that won't be a problem.
Well, you're not bringing packages to the post office. All I need is my boosted boy is juggle them.
Yeah. So the whole question, needs explanation on all different ends. But at this point, it's just not happening. And, I'm 48. I don't look that good anyway. So if I look tired, that's just my normal look.
Yeah. So one thing I'll say, it's not really an excuse, but one of my reluctances to take my driver's test is the longer you wait to take a driver's test, the older you get, the easier it is to get your license. At 18, you can pretty much walk in the DMV, take a driver's test, and be driving. It doesn't even matter.
They grill you more earlier.
Oh yeah, exactly. No, you're heavily tested and everything earlier.
I mean, there's this, and I don't want to say it, so it's like makes you feel weird or anything like that.
Yeah.
But school, test taking, homework, none of that has really been your thing.
No, I hate it.
But I mean, you're good at it. You're good at anything you put your mind to.
Yeah.
You just would rather be doing business. You would rather be scootering, exercising, all these other things. Taking the test for driving tests reminds you a little of school.
Yeah, we'll have to study this 160-page thing and memorize it, which on the road I feel like I get a lot of experience, but then I read through this manual and I see 2 or 3 things which I'm going to fail on their test there, and I'm like,
So I'm not holding you back.
Yeah.
I understand. When you're ready, you're ready.
Yeah, I just need to get down to it and do it sometimes. It's like schoolwork, though. I don't feel like it.
So I appreciate the question, and really, it is how it is.
Yep.
I got my license right at 16.
Yeah. All my friends were driving at even 15 or something. Some at 12 with a farm license. All my friends were driving by 16.
But it was a different thing. I was biking to school. When I learned to drive, I started driving to school. I was in public school. I had activities. My parents both worked away from the home. It made a lot of sense.
Yep.
We're in a whole different scenario.
Yeah.
We really are. I mean, we're a tight-knit family. We've got lots of kids. I'm super flexible in helping anybody go where they want to go. We work together. We go to school together. We're buddies. I'm father and son. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah, it is.
I would like you to drive.
That's it. A lot of my friends drive. Well,
I would like you to drive, but I'm not pressuring you.
I'm older than 90% of my friends, and they all drive, so...
I'm older than 90% of pickers.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay, I'm older than 90% of pickers watching the show.
Well, there you go. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm older than 90% of people named Wheeler.
Okay. Maybe. You probably look at you're looking at those names the other day and they tell you when it was popular. It's probably really popular back like when people are 90 now.
What kind of time frame do you think you're looking at to actually achieve the profits you hope to make from this trip? First of all, I'll just say this, then you're just about ready to answer.
Yeah, I have a lot. It's probably going to be the same thing as yours.
I don't care.
Okay.
That's my answer. I don't care how long it takes.
Yeah.
We'll price it and it'll sell whenever.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the maturity of where we are at in our business, where I don't have to turn stuff over.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the right people to come along.
Yep.
What do you want to say?
I was going to say 6 months to a year, I hope to sell half of what we have or something like that. I hope to sell some of it. That's the thing.
We spent $10,000 on inventory.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have that $10,000 back in 45 to 60 days.
Yeah, exactly.
From the stuff that we picked and that we will list.
Yep.
In 6 months, we'll have sold probably 30 to 40% of what we bought.
Yep.
We'll have most of it listed, and we'll have made probably double or triple our profit.
Yeah.
In a year's time, half or more of the stuff we'll have sold. We'll be in good shape.
Yeah, it's better than my answer would have been, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean it at this point, we pick well.
Yeah, pick well, list often.
We pick well, and we list often. So if you aim for picking well, that's step one.
Yeah.
If you list often, your cash flow will follow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might do auctions, you might do tighter pricing to turn stuff over. Our game, for the most part, is pick well, list at the top of the price scale, and wait.
Yep.
Now, a lot of this stuff we have is not one or two of them out there, but there's different condition levels on our stuff. We have a certain air out there of fast shipping, expertise, expert. We got good return policy. We got good feedback. We can be at the top of the market. You may have to get there. I don't know.
Yep.
Good enough on that?
Yep.
All right, we're down to the last couple questions here.
There we go. Only 8 hours in. We're almost done.
Oh my goodness. Dealer, how much leeway do you give Wheeler? Let me answer this one first, by the way, and then I'll give you a shot to say whatever you want.
Yeah.
How much leeway do you give Wheeler to negotiate deals for camera equipment or any other item he has knowledge of when it comes to using your money? Okay, how much leeway? 99.9%. When we went to this camera pick where we spent $6,000, Wheeler was the main negotiator. I told him we have money to spend. The only thing I did in the background was comedy relief, keep things moving, move items around, and then I added a few comments like, we're here to spend, give us your best deal, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You were the lead.
Yep. Absolutely. So I'll say on that, over camera stuff and anything I have knowledge of, I have 100% control over my negotiation. Sometimes, like at the flea market, I'll go off and I'll spend money just on stuff that I know I can make money on, cameras and stuff. The only place, it's not related to the whole Leeway thing, but I'll ask dealer if there's anything I don't know about. I'll ask if he's something he knows about. So we work as a team as far as that goes.
Well, we do communicate back and forth quite a bit. I'll a lot of times I'll say, hey, we've got money to spend.
Yeah.
Hey, we're running out of money.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to spend a lot today. Hey, we need to spend a little today.
Yeah.
Hey, we're looking for 5 items today. Hey, we're looking to fill the van today. I mean, we'll communicate.
Yeah, so 100%, but there's a lot of communication, which makes sense.
Sometimes we do fight over the money because I want some stuff and there's camera stuff and I'm like, we ain't buying camera stuff today. I want to, you know, but other times it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, there is a common thread when we go out, and the common thread is this.
It's like good cop, bad cop sometimes, too.
Well, that's a good one, too. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yep,
but
just remember that, so I need to remember.
Sometimes we'll go out and I'll be like, I don't really want to pick up much today. Let's just buy $500 worth of stuff.
Yep.
And then we get there and this stuff is so good, we end up with $1,500 in a van full.
Does happen.
Well, yeah.
Wasn't quite in sync there.
So, good cop, bad cop. We will play this from time to time, and the only time we play this is with professional sellers. Like at the flea market or at antique stores or places where there's professional sellers. We play this game. Wheeler goes in, young guy, knows his stuff, talks stuff up, gets excited about it, and it's genuine excitement.
Yeah.
Really love that camera. Woo, 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 woo. And I will come in and play bad cop. I'm like, do you really want that? Oh, that's a lot. Oh, that's that's all your money and all that kind of stuff. A lot of times that will loosen the seller up.
Yeah.
The other thing we do play is we just tell people in a sense that, look, we buy and sell.
Yeah.
We will buy everything you have, but you got to give us a deal. I mean, there's a lot of little games that we play.
There are, definitely.
And they're all good for us, and they're all mostly good for the sellers.
Yep.
They get to move their stuff. We give them fair money, but, we got to get the deal.
Yeah.
What else you have to say on that?
That's about it. Negotiation tactics.
We have a lot of them, and a lot of them are just learned through practice, and a lot of them we're really good at, and I think a lot of them we don't even think about or even.
Well, exactly. Yeah, it's all pretty much.
It's sort of like running again.
Yeah, muscle memory.
Well, you go out there and run a couple hundred miles. You go out there and run once, you're not going to learn anything except it's hard.
Yeah.
You go out there and run a couple hundred miles, your body is going to start to figure out how to run.
Yep.
It's the same with any of the stuff having to do with picking. You do it long enough, and you just start to acclimate towards things that work. That's how things work. Unless
like trying to learn any new skill.
Unless you're really, don't want to do it.
Yeah. I mean, try to learn a musical instrument. It's going to take years and years to master.
You could still do it if you kept at it.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah.
All right.
So one song you want to learn, and then you memorized it day after day after day, you'd be good enough at it. You wouldn't have the finesse of a professional, but you could actually learn something by muscle, just memory.
So Wheeler, you used to get better deals because you were 12 years old.
Yeah.
People would be like, "Oh, he's cute."
Because I've been using the negotiation tactics all the way along. Yeah. Back in Boy Scout popcorn sales, I used to bring along little baby brother in the stroller.
Oh yeah, there's technique.
I used to do all kinds of different stuff. It's kind of funny.
But the point is now that you're 17. And in a lot of cases, I think people think, once you start talking, I think they think you're 22, 23. Yeah. They don't know that you're 17. And your negotiation techniques have come up from being cute to being real negotiation.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I can still improve, and so can you.
Yeah.
But I usually don't have a big wad of money in Wheeler's hands. I usually still handle the money at this point. There may come a time where you handle more money.
Yeah.
I mean, you handle some. You always have some on you.
Yeah.
But at this point, I still handle the money.
Yep.
And I got to remind Wheeler of it once in a while.
Say we should pause here if you
do it.
Break off.
I just have to say, this is going to be a heck of a long video and a heck of a terrible editing job, and it's going to upload forever.
This is going to be up next year. This is how you were saying it might be the beer that makes you go a month off. It's not the beer, it's the upload time. It actually took a month to upload.
I have to drink beer because of the upload
time.
They
literally took a month to upload, so the date on there is accurate.
Right. When I started uploading the thing, it was August.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thanks for helping me.
I was thinking about that.
Thanks for helping your dad's feeble
That's how it worked.
If you've hung with us this long, the jokes get better.
I don't know, yeah.
I have wondered, how do you handle bookkeeping? Well, I used to do really great bookkeeping, and then my bookkeeping got a little worse as I got busier. And now I'm transitioning the bookkeeping to Lon, my wife. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping she either really likes it and does a good job with it and I can give her more of it, or we will just outsource it. But I did the bookkeeping for our family business. I've done bookkeeping and taxes for all my businesses. I've done bookkeeping and taxes for this business. That has taught me a lot. It has taught me that I hate it, first of all. Even though it's necessary, it's terribly boring.
It's like I hate scheduling, but it's even worse.
But you become very good at things. Even if, I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate the value of it. I understand it. I feel the need to pay taxes, my due taxes. I understand, some of it. Okay. So Lon has been taking some of that, and I hope to get rid of more of it because I do not like it. And it is plenty. There is plenty of bookkeeping with a business of our size.
Yep.
Why do you call the man chicken?
Didn't get the reference. Somebody didn't get the reference.
Well, there's okay, most YouTubers out there, and I would not consider myself a YouTuber. Most YouTubers that have, let's say, 500,000 subscribers or more, they have people that work with them and for them. People that do the editing, people that are like support people, like go get lunch, people that help them with videos and around the house and all that kind of stuff. I watch a guy occasionally, he's funny and sort of interesting and sort of a goofus, named Sean Duras. Sean Duras has a sidekick that's a tall guy, a thin guy, a very, very interesting fellow that he calls Big Chicken. No, Tall Chicken. Tall Chicken. Tall Chicken is a character. So I threw it out there to my brother-in-law. I said, hey, you could be my sidekick. And so I started to call him Tall Chicken, but then I didn't want to infringe on the real Tall Chicken. So then I called him Big Chicken, and he didn't like Big Chicken because he's a big dude, and he didn't like Big Chicken because he thought that was Fat Chicken.
Yeah, Fat Chicken.
Big and then I called him Chicken Salad, and that just sounded kind of weird.
Not too bad.
And then I decided Uncle Chicken.
Yeah.
So he is Uncle Chicken.
Yeah.
He's not scared, like chicken. He's not a bird. It just follows that whole storyline.
Like calling the Jeep a gecko. It's not gecko.
Well, that's a whole nother.
Yeah. Just nickname for.
Couple of questions. This one's from a while ago, but I just pulled it up here. What is the app you guys use to find yard sales? I knew you would be able to.
Recently, I tried an app for the first time ever.
Uh-oh.
Previously, I've been using Craigslist and some other stuff, which actually I guess I did use this app before, but in internet form. It's called Garage Sale Mapper. It maps all the Craigslist sales to a map. And there's some other applications which get it for the newspaper and some other stuff. The thing is, we don't garage sale a lot. That's the...
Yeah.
And when we do, we usually plan it the night before, and we kind of figure out where to go according to the old newspapers or something like that. We used to go through the classifieds on newspapers and then kind of figure out what area we want to start in and just kind of go from there.
A lot of the garage sales we do go to are citywides, and they have a map, and the city is usually small enough where you just cruise it and freestyle it.
Yeah.
When we go on these trips over the next couple of weekends, and we'll show a lot of that in video, we're going to a lot of small towns that, again, they have maps.
Yep.
And I didn't order one, by the way.
You didn't?
I'm surprised I didn't.
I can get one.
No, I can download it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't, though. I totally abandoned that. I don't even know. The second trip, I don't even have hotels set up yet. We're like lost in space.
Lost in space.
This weekend coming up, I have a hotel.
Yeah.
But... I don't even know where we're going for the second one. I've lost that.
What is that one?
But this is it. When you get busy, man, you just can't do it all. I would like Lon to be, like
Danielle.
My Danielle. I mean, I don't need her to get tattoos and start go-go dancing or anything like that. But I need help, man.
Yep.
A lot of things like that I have to do on the fly.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the app.
Yep.
And then you mentioned one of your earlier videos that you avoid Goodwill. We go there for fun now. Sure, you meant the stores, the outlets, or both. I like good
outlets.
I like Goodwill Electronics.
Yeah.
We've been to a Goodwill Electronics in the Omaha,
Lincoln area.
Lincoln
It's more
area.
in the Lincoln area. Yeah.
We've been to the outlets where you dig through the stuff. That's a lot of
Those
fun.
are a lot of fun. Yeah. I would go there before any store. I'd say
Right.
that.
Goodwill's changed so much.
It's more like an auction though.
We don't do clothes.
No.
Oh, excuse me, burping. It's like the beer mile.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. What are your favorite venues for sourcing the really good stuff? I can only answer that this way. We go where it is.
Yeah. We figure out where it is and we go there.
We figure out where it is, we go there, and then we negotiate and buy as much as possible.
Anywhere and everywhere. It's a bit vague.
It is very, very vague.
Yep.
But I'll just say this: we're in the camera business. Where the heck do you think the cameras might be?
I wondered.
I'm not going to answer that.
At Walmart?
Well, there are cameras there.
Walmart back room?
That's like a deflection technique.
Well, you know, they do have sales sometimes.
That's it. Woo! So this has been the question and answer. I hope you liked it. I have no idea how long it is, other than we started at 7-ish and it's 9-ish.
110 Kevin Jackson, get back to work. Woo, 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 woo. Okay.
Don't knock my camera over.
I'm not. I'm just not quite awake yet. I'm kind of falling asleep over, so I gotta
Are
wake
you
up and get back to work.
serious?
Not falling asleep. I mean, I'm just
Okay, so the
chilling.
real question
I need
is,
to wake up now.
did we make our number?
Not yet. Close.
So you need to count what we have.
Easy to make it.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
count what we have, and then do one item.
Yeah.
You can check with Banana Peeler. Banana Peeler is going to have a couple hundred.
Yep.
Okay?
I probably made it. I have to check.
Check right
Yep.
away. That's your job.
I have over 50 items listed, so if I don't make it,
Jeez.
close.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
just do that.
I will.
We're quitting before 11.
Yep.
That's it. Are we watching The Good, Bad, and the Ugly tonight?
I don't know. What do you want?
What did you, when I asked you, did you tell me, I couldn't remember what you told me. Did you tell me you didn't want to or you did want to?
How many times we watched that? 3 times now?
So you said you didn't want to.
No, I'd watch something else by then, though. Watch something in that same kind of genre if there was something.
Well, you got to do planning on that. You can't just stumble on it because you can end up.
Well, I'm sure you know that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, he has other movies, but see, I have it.
Any movie, whatever movie.
I have it on VHS.
Ah, well, that's it. Yeah.
If you start surfing for Clint Eastwood movies, there's like 15.
Okay. I just figured you had some good movie that might be different.
Well, let me think about that.
Okay. Because I remember the entire movie front to back.
I've got an hour to think about it, I
Yep.
guess. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the show. It's been long. I'm sure there's going to be more questions. We will do another one of these shows down the road.
Yeah.
Right? Unless we quit the business altogether. You never know. We could just try to revive disco.
Yeah.
Staying alive. Staying alive. Okay.
I mean, that's a meme now.
Yeah, whatever.
Staying alive thing.
So we might be able to make it on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wheeler and Dealer do Staying Alive.
Yeah.
Okay, we will see you tomorrow with some sort of a vlog. I think I'm sleeping in. It's a Packer game tomorrow. We did not get our new bigger screen TV. We are not most likely having the party here at the office.
Yep.
I wanted to go look at a building tomorrow. That most likely is not going to happen.
Oh, I'm cheaping off. Man.
Who knows what kind of mood I'll wake up in.
Yeah, I guess. Crazy mood.
I did have my lawnmower. The lawnmower beer was good. It did not leave an impression on me. I would not buy it.
Yeah.
It was all right.
I forget what it smelled like. Sort of like citrusy. That was a weird smell for a beer.
It was all right.
Yeah.
But it did not leave a lasting effect like, boom, gotta have
It
to.
tastes like lawn clippings. It wasn't like your goat
No.
grazing in the pasture.
It was good. I would drink it again. I would not avoid it. I probably would not go out of my way to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Beer reviews with
This has
Dealer.
been Beer Reviews with Dealer.
Thanks for watching.
My
Please like, comment, and
sidekick, Ed
subscribe.
McMahon. Wheeler. All right, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, we do like the thumbs up. I haven't said that for a long time.
No.
I appreciate all the thumbs up. If you made it this far, hit the thumbs up. And we enjoy your comments. We read them all. Sometimes I go on streaks of answering them. If I do not answer your comment, I've read it. It doesn't mean I don't like you. It's just circumstance.
Yep.
And what else? If you haven't subscribed and you liked what you saw yesterday with the beer mile and today with the questions and answers, please subscribe.
Our first video watched of us was the beer mile, and the second video the 2.5 hour question and answer.
If that's the case, you need to go back and watch some of our other videos. Because this is not the norm.
Yeah. No, it's not the norm.
For Wheeler and Dealer signing off, Wheeler and Dealer show. What does that say?
A
Wheeler Dealer production. Pick well, list often, dealer out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer production.